Hey guys, how's it going? Laura with Garden Answer. Today I'm taking our back sun porch area and I'm decorating it for Christmas. So it is December the 3rd. It feels like it's getting a little bit late, like I should have everything done by now, but I still have a few projects left and it feels festive to me, so I'll probably just keep on going right up until Christmas. I did have this area completely decked out for fall. I had it full of pots and pumpkins. I had corn stalks and a wreath. And honestly, it felt like it was a little bit too tight to me. We actually don't use this walkway or this doorway very often, but we walk by it multiple times a day. So this area right here is pretty important to keep wide. So I think today I'm gonna avoid putting stuff on the bottom stair because it just gives the perspective. Is that the right word? Perspective? Perception. Perception of more space right here. And then I'm just gonna put a few holiday decorative things up. And I thought I was gonna keep it pretty simple. Then I started dragging everything out that I thought I might use and it turned into this huge pile. So I don't know if I'm going to use it all, but I thought it would be nice to have it out here. So I just want to get started with the project. And I'm going to start by putting garland around the door. Now I just like to buy pre-made garland. This is the 15-foot cedar garlands from Home Depot. They're inexpensive and they're already made for you. I used to make my own garlands and it just takes so long. You can always wire your own stuff in. So if you have like magnolia leaves or pine or something like that, you can wire those in and kind of make it a little bit more like unique to you. So I've got my garlands. I need a step ladder and some command strips. So I'm going to attach 3 command strips right above the door because I don't really have anything in place to hold this garland up. These work really well. They have a 5-pound weight limit. So with 3 of them, it works really well. And I don't find that the cold makes any difference, like they don't fall down on me. So I think I'm gonna put one in the center here, and the whole thing is not gonna be, like there's still some sticky, but with the other 2, I feel like we've got enough. And then I'd put one on this side and one on this side. Now I'm gonna take a piece of paddle wire and I'm going to just get these all prepped and ready for the garland. And that way I've just got a nice tail, so when I put the garland up here, I can just wrap it around and then refasten it. I find that that makes it a little bit easier. And you guys, I am cutting the wire using my pruners, but these pruners have a wire notch in them, so you can cut wire with them and not ruin your pruners. One 15-footer usually doesn't do it in terms of length, so I usually attach 2 of these. We'll see how far this one goes. Ooh, nope, that's not gonna work. I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and put them up here with new stickies. I don't know that putting them on just that amount will work. So I moved both of the command strips up off this piece of molding so that they would be on a flat surface, so they would stick better. And then I couldn't get the middle one to fit right, and I really didn't want it to be up really high. So I went ahead and went in with a couple of ice screws because this is wood and they're pointing down, so you'll never see a hole. I can take these ice screws out at the end of the season and you won't see any damage to anything up here. All right, now we'll try again with this garland, and I want to make sure it goes all the way down to that first step right there. I don't really care for it when the garland's a little bit too short. So let's see, about like that long right there. And so see, I've got my wire already ready right here, so I can just flip it around the garland really easily and tie it off on the ice screw. And I'm starting with those first because they are the most solid. Okay, so this is the other thing about the pre-made garlands. They are made in one direction. So on the top and then on the side where it kind of goes down like properly, it's really nice. Like it just flows really nicely. So at this point, what I could do is I could cut this garland off right here and wire it really tight because I don't really care for all of this kind of hanging down kind of in a messy sort of way. So I think I'm gonna do that really quick. Okay. All right, so I'm just overlapping this top section and then I'm just gonna cut the excess and tuck in the end. I may need to wire it under there a little bit. Huh, that worked. So I think it's gonna be really pretty. This piece of garland was a little squirrely and it could be because I had it sitting in its little twirl for a few days. So what I'm gonna do is cut this end off about here, and then I'm gonna wire a few more pieces in this end to make it look a little bit more full and even. So now I'm gonna add some lights to the garland, and these are 100 light strands. I'm gonna use 2 of them, and they are warm white LEDs. So I have an extension cord running up to the base. We'll plug it in and test the lights first, and they work. So now I just start kind of weaving them in and around. And I'll try to make this one end somewhere right around the middle on the top there. And then I'll start the second one. So I find it easier to put the lights in after the garland is up, because then I know exactly where everything is going to be. And I kind of twist the lights around the garland, and then I'll go back through when I'm done and kind of fluff the greens back over the line so you don't see the cords, but then just the lights will kind of shine through. And I kind of adjust them too after it's dark, because you can't really tell how it looks in the daytime. So tonight I'll probably come out here and kind of mess with them a little bit to make sure the spacing is right. So I'm going to hang my wreath next, and I've had this wreath for like 10 years. I bought it at a local florist shop. I didn't even make it. It's all faux materials. It's kind of on its last leg. Like, it keeps losing pieces every single year, but I still love it. So let's hang that real quick. And hopefully a lot of my greens don't get shut in the door. That's something we need to fix too. Not too bad. Now a welcome mat. A non-Christmassy welcome mat. Because I don't have any that have Christmas theme. So we're going to place the iron urns next. I just cleaned these out. I had autumn frost hostas in these by our kitchen door, and I thought they would look really good in this display. So let's get these moved over to the second step down. So I'm going to move this to where it's about halfway out from the first step there. I did that on the other side, and I think I like that placement the best. But I'm going to put the lanterns in next, and then we'll see. We might need to kind of ricochet stuff around a little bit. So I picked these up in the Christmas section at Walmart the other day. I thought they'd be really pretty in a Christmas display, especially if we get some snow. I think the red and the white will be a really pretty contrast. Oh, I think that's really pretty. And you know what? Let's see what it looks like to tuck a few of these greens in. Where are my clippers? I don't know. It might be bad, but it might be awesome. Oh, that's kind of pretty. I kind of like that. That's pretty, right? Okay, so I'm going to put the candles in these lanterns next. I'm just using a menagerie of what I had on hand because I totally forgot to shop for candles. I think it would look really good to have like the really big, like 3-wick type candles in here, like in probably a bright white or maybe a cream. But this is what I have, and they are a mix of battery operated and regular candles. These were from Gardener's Supply, actually. We got them last year. I think they'll look really pretty. So I'm going to put a trio like this in the big one and then 2 in the small one. I'm not going to turn them on yet though. I don't want to waste the battery. I'll turn them on tonight. Okay, and then probably like this. A little duo in there. Okay, I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So the last thing I'm going to do today is fill up the pots. I'm going to add a little bit of soil first, and then I've got just a bunch of beautiful things over here, kind of left over from other projects. I've got some pine, dogwood, both Arctic Fire and Arctic Sun. I've got some hydrangeas. There's some golden arborvitae, some winterberries. So, oh yeah, and in this box, I've got some gorgeous stuff as well. Ooh. Got some leftover magnolia and seeded eucalyptus. And some rose hips from my garden. So, this is going to be a mixed bag. It's all done, and I think it turned out so sweet. The only thing that we didn't show was me running inside and putting these little candles in the window. So tonight when it's dark, we'll have the little twinkle lights around the door, the flickering candles in the windows, and the candles in the lanterns. I think it's gonna look so pretty, and we'll try to get some really good shots to show you guys what it looks like when it's dark. In the containers, I ended up using pine that Aaron and I gathered up in the hills, and we've got some incense cedar, which have these beautiful like seed heads or seed pods or whatever on the end. And then I had 2 stems of berry heavy Winterberry holly left from other projects, and I think it was actually kind of necessary to tie this whole arrangement together. We've got the bright little pop right there, And then the bright red lanterns, I think it just married it really nicely. Then we've got dried hydrangeas, and I just kind of filled, like used them as a nice filler in there. And then of course the 2 kinds of dogwoods. So the last thing I'm going to do is hit all of the greens with some wilt stop, which will help prevent moisture loss. And to do that, you just kind of give them one of these right here. So I'll do that to the whole display. And I just hope you guys enjoyed seeing this kind of come together from blank slate to finished product. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.